Hello, my name is Jesse. This is the Auditorium. I react to video game music for the first time as a musician myself. And today is the return of yet some more batches of Xenoblade Chronicles 3. If you are unaware, I am doing these pairs of songs without knowing even the song title. So I have no idea what these next two are. But I do know they're requested by Garvin and Stormfall7. Thank you very much. I have been playing Xenoblade 3, but I have not heard these songs in particular yet. Being kind of guided, when to not proceed with the playthrough before I hear some of these. So I'm guessing these are coming up soon at some point. That's where I'm at. So we have these two songs, Song A and Song B. Let's get into it. This is the first song, 3 minutes, 12 seconds from Xenoblade Chronicles 3. Let's see. This one caught my attention pretty early. This has a way different feel than all the other songs I've heard. It stands out a little bit. Also, kind of a rare percussion for the series. They don't really do this sort of like mellow groove often. Everything in this game sounds sad. Musically, it all sounds really just emotionally driven. Again. This is a standout for sure. I don't know why, but it feels like a standout amongst the three stuff I've heard. Ooh. Okay. This one definitely has a lot of dynamics and like musical ideas all over the place. That was good. Let me give you guys my current state of mind. Again, by the time you're watching this, I've already have finished this game and I probably already know all the answers to everything I'm about to ask right now, but it's funny to just look back on these couple months or whatever later to be like, oh, you were way off, or oh, that was interesting, because I've never done that before. I've always have just had the song title and then, whatever note the requester leaves, and then, sometimes I play the game, which is extremely rare. This is one of those instances where I knew I was going to play the third game anyways because I liked the first two. I will say though, I don't know if I've admitted it, but I played 1 and 2, Xenoblade 1 and 2 because of the music. I never really said I'm playing 3 because of its music. I'm playing 3 mostly because of 1 and 2 and the story, and just I like the series. But yeah, I've never really said that 3 is like a just part of that as well. It's good, don't get me wrong, and it almost seems like a cardinal sin to say anything other than praise for Xenoblade. But I think so far, out of all the songs I've heard for Xenoblade 3, not all of them, of course, there's some really, really, really good ones. I think one of them has to do with Mobius, I believe. I don't know. I've been saying it for a couple of videos now, but I feel like some of this music it's not sticking with me as much. And there's just a lot more ambience, a lot more emotion. I mean, I don't know yet, right? But a lot of the songs feel very like there's songs like this in Xenoblade 1 and 2, and they get reused a lot during like sad moments. But there's only like a few songs like this in each one, where it feels like it's the majority here, and the minority is like the more memorable melodic ones. I know that sounds kind of odd, but that's just how I feel. I can actually say that with someone who has like, over 300-400 hours in 2 games. It's like I've kind of developed an ear for the series. I'm not a complete stranger anymore to it. So 3 feels like it's a little bit lacking in the music department. I know it sounds crazy, but hey, I'm allowed to have an opinion. But this stands out to me because of everything I just said. So I think that this might be one of my favorites going into the... Well, first of all, I can't wait to see what happens, where this plays. Because at this point, a lot of the music sounds kind of vague to me. Whereas... Well, what I mean by that is, it's really hard. And it's not because I don't have song titles. It's not. It's just hard to place whether it's like cutscene, emotional segment, dialogue, town theme, day or night, battle. It's kind of hard to place it in 3. 3 is just really, they almost took a step back in the energy and put more emphasis on the emotion on it. That's what it feels like to me. But again, just in case no one gets mad, I'm still very early on in this game. I have not completed it as I'm recording this. I'm only like 2 chapters in, barely. So, it's happened before where I've said something as a reaction, and then later I'm like, oh yeah, that's totally different. Case in point, Shin Megami Tensei. Hated the battle theme. Play the game. Love the battle theme. A reaction's a reaction, you know what I mean? So a reaction should definitely not be, hey, I hope this guy just really agrees with what I think. It's, what do you think I'm going to say? And then if you happen to stick around, then how that plays out. So it's kind of interesting. Anyways, this stood out to me melodically. It sounded like I can remember this, is what I'm saying. I can remember the melody here and the feeling it gave me, and the drum, the groove coming in. That was nice. It reminded me of why I like Xenoblade music, basically. It reminded me of the first 2 soundtracks. So that's where I'm at right now, mentally, but still interesting. The next song is just simply titled number 17. And once again, I must reiterate, I have no idea if these 2 song pairings are related at all or just the next in line. This is the next song from Xenoblade Chronicles 3. Ooh. I like where these keyboards are going. It's not bad though. It's just more atmospheric as well. Like, this is still good. It's almost like a lo-fi approach. This is good. This is good so far. And they sound kind of related too. These feel like a day and night theme of each other. Kind of. See, when I think of stuff like this, I think of very specific locations in the first game. In this case, Tephra Cave from the first game. Nothing sounded like Tephra Cave because it was just like that one cave segment, and everything else was like livelier. A lot of songs have like that feel in this game, so I think of a cave here. But I really don't know. I love what they did with the vocals in this game, though. Ooh, bass line. Funky bass line. Oh, the bass is like stealing the show for me. Wow, wow. It sounds like water droplets, like sewage. Like, oh, you know what this sounds like? Speaking of cave and like particle type feeling, it feels like Spirit Crucible. That feeling, like majestic dark cave. There's an ambience in the song too. It's like these two are cool. I like this. Ooh, it's getting a little Metal Gear Solid now. Like that. Yeah, right? That's droplets. I feel like, you know, it's funny because I just said it in this exact video like 5 minutes ago. Basically what I've been saying in the past couple of videos for Xenoblade 3 is that like it's my least favorite of the 3 soundtracks so far. So far. That's a big one. But just in this video, I think like these 2 songs is already starting to shift the tide for me. Because that's all it takes sometimes. It's just, obviously I can't, and I haven't. You can't judge a whole soundtrack based on like a couple songs. But Xenoblade 3 is such an anomaly on this channel. Not only on the channel, but just my life in general. Like, I remember, I'm just give you a quick story really quick. I remember when the channel was like taking off, this game came out. And I remember I got a bunch of requests for it. Just boom, Xenoblade 3, because it was the hot new thing. I don't remember when the first time I checked it out was, but it wasn't for a while. But I had already heard 1 and 2. If I recall correctly, my first song I ever heard was Counterattack from 2. Pretty sure. And it just kind of went from there, right? And then it turned into this whole thing, and then someone was like, hey, I'm a huge fan, and please here, buy Switch and play Xenoblade. Which normally I wouldn't even entertain. I'd be like, no, like, thank you, that's super generous, but no, thanks. That I can't, just like, you know, because that opens the floodgates, you know. So no. But I was like, you know what? Sure, I wasn't playing anything at the time. I haven't owned a Nintendo since the late 90s. And I wanted to see what like a Xenoblade game was like, and a Nintendo game, and playing these good soundtracks that I've been hearing. Right, so whatever, I played 1 and 2, cool. Really enjoy the stories, really enjoy the characters. It's just been really fun. It's been really fun, and again, that's why I'm playing 3. 3 is mostly because I played 1 and 2. Even before I started doing these reactions, I've already been hearing 3 like maybe a year or 2 ago, but I don't remember them. Again, they weren't as strong as 1 and 2. But I do remember like very specific things. Like I remember there was one song that had like this really heavy metal guitar part, and then I learned it on guitar. Of course, it's gonna stick with me because how often do I pull out a guitar, you know? And then there was like the Mobius fight, da 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 da, you know. But everything else has been just kind of there, which again, don't confuse anything I'm saying as like, this is bad, this sucks, I don't like it. It's just my least favorite of the 3. My least favorite is still very, very good. Xenoblade 3 is still really, really good. You see what I'm saying? And I'm not just like doing damage control or anything. You know it's good. You know why you like Xenoblade 3. It's just, don't expect me to full on knee pad it every time. But overall, I feel like early on, it's not as memorable. So it, like, they're not really like grasping onto me. They're not, the melodies and stuff isn't really like, doesn't have its hooks in me. But again, I did say something similar for Xenoblade 2 at the beginning. I was like, you know, the songs sound kind of the same. But that's because you're juggling mechanics, who are these characters, a story, blah, blah, blah. So it's all an early thing, and it's kind of like an experiment, really. So what I'm saying is I can't wait to just really look back on these later and be like, oh, wow, yeah, I can tell. Right now, I don't know. First of all, I don't know the song names, so that's a big thing. But also, I don't know when I've heard them and when I'm going to hear them. You know what I mean? Like, even if I hear them right before I start playing, I might not even recognize it. That's how a little vague they are. But obviously, every game has its purpose and the reasoning for their sound. And clearly, there's this ominous, mysterious, dark presence in this game. And I can feel it in the soundtrack. So, yeah, that's all it is. So, just don't confuse least favorite with bad, because it's not bad. It's just not stick with me. But sorry, little tangent. These two started to shift the tide a little bit. I think now maybe the later on we get in the game, maybe the music gets better on in the game. That's not a totally far-fetched idea. You know, it just happens that Xenoblade 1 was like out of the gate with like Colony 9 music, and you know, Xenoblade 2 had like Gore mod and all that. So it was like, so maybe this game just needs to cook a little bit. That's all it is. You know, it's got to marinate. Who knows? Who knows? But we'll continue this. But again, by the time you saw this, I've already finished playing, which is right here, Jesse's VODs. And if you happen to see this early, if you happen to be the requesters for it, then just take a sip of your coffee and be like, oh, he just wait. By the way, I should say that both these requesters have been here for a long time. So, and they have really, really good track records of, and I've played games from their request. So they're both part of a elite group. Castlevania and FF7 Remake and some other stuff too. So, yeah, I fully trust these people. All right. Thank you, Garvin and Stormfall, and to the Xenoblade fans. And see how I feel. I'm going to be in the comments of these videos and be like, yeah, don't listen to this person. Or maybe I still feel the same. I don't know. But these two are so far one of the best I've heard. And I feel like they're related. That's what it feels like to me. Anyways, my name is Jesse in the auditorium. Thanks to everyone you see on screen. Peace.